we speak, logging and land clearing are decimating ecosystems and our native species. Is that better? Yeah. There we go. In this very short period of time since colonisation, we have lost more than 100 known species of plants and animals, and we are on the brink of losing thousands more. Species which have existed in ecosystems which have taken millennia to form, now being decimated in seconds by rampant greed and gross ignorance. Yet at this critical time, as we face the dual climate and biodiversity extinction crisis, our government has turned its back on its promises and commitments to strengthen our woeful nature laws. The Environment Protection and Biodiversity Conservation Act is the main environmental protection law that's meant to shield Australia's unique flora and fauna from further harm. But the federal government has deferred the necessary reforms to the EPBC Act, buckling under the pressure from the mining and resources industries. Shame! Mining is one of the top drivers of deforestation globally, with huge swathes of forests being cleared for excavation pits, access roads and worker settlements. Yet details about the mining sector's environmental impact continue to go underrepresented or even unnoticed as the sector continues to grow in scale. And currently, Australia exports more coal than any other country on the planet. And these mining projects have resulted in over 15,000 hectares of koala habitat being approved for clearing by the federal government since 2012. Shame. Whitehaven Coal's Narrabri underground mine stands to destroy another 500 hectares of critical habitat for endangered koalas. Our poor, beautiful, iconic, suffering koalas. The 80% of our New South Wales population was lost in some areas during the Black Summer fires of 2019-2020, and they are well on track for extinction in New South Wales by 2050. Shame. Sorry. In the next 25 years, we could lose this species and countless others if we don't act to stop these projects now. The expansion of coal mining operations poses a significant double threat to koalas. Directly through the destruction of their habitats and food source, the eucalyptus trees, and indirectly by exacerbating climate change through the burning of coal, which is causing drought, heat waves and high-intensity fires, both of which the state and federal governments openly claim to be the two biggest threats to koalas. Yet Federal Environment Minister Tanya Plibersek is perpetuating both habitat loss and climate change by approving these koala-killing extinction coal projects. Shame! State government reports for the western slopes and plains around Narrabri outline these impacts, suggesting that the solution is merely in habitat restoration through the planting of young trees. But this is completely unacceptable because saplings cannot sustain the species which are heading into the abyss of extinction. We must preserve every bit of intact and mature forest that remains. And Labor promised to fix Australia's broken environment laws, but without stopping native forest logging and fossil fuel expansions, cracking down on illegal land clearing or implementing laws that directly address climate change, the government will be failing to protect the planet and failing to keep its promise to the Australian people. So I'd like to thank everyone here for coming to Move on Coal's action, because Whitehaven Coal and its investors, lenders and joint venture partners need to hear loudly and clearly that their expansion plans are indeed terrifying. We need you people in there attending the AGM to know that companies like Whitehaven Coal do not have the social licence to expand their koala-killing, climate-wrecking coal mines in Australia, and we will not sit idly by as the trees are axed, native species turn to ghosts and our planet becomes a giant graveyard. So please, if you'd like to join us for our campaign for forests, join us on Sunday at 12 p.m. at Town Hall. The Bob Brown Foundation is also hosting a rally for forests. We'll be calling on our politicians to end native forest logging and do better in seeking protections for our precious biodiversity at risk from all the climate crisis fueling industries. Thank you guys for rallying together today. We can do this, we can make it stop.